Exactly. Like, you're not going to know it's me. Hello? Oh, I like dingoes. They're kind of cute.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of Motive4Change. Ooh. We have a little bit of a name change going on here. We have Josh.
Carine.
We got Matthew here.
And Jonathon.
We would like to announce
Jonathon.
two very big pieces of news today. The first one is the name change, which you just heard. We are now called Motive4Change, which is a direct result of the second piece of news that I have for you, which is we have a new member, Jonathon.
Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you.
So we would like to welcome him to the Motive4Change team. We are now a 4-person team as opposed to a 3-person team.
Otherwise known as a quartet.
That's a quartet, yes.
A quartet that doesn't play any instruments, but a quartet nonetheless.
Exactly.
We don't sing.
What?
We don't sing.
Well, Josh does.
Oh, well, no,
Not very
anymore.
well. That's why I changed my career to rap.
Ooh.
Oh. Anyway,
Rapping can work.
I would like to wish all of the mothers and all of the acting mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Hopefully you are spending your day with your mother. If not, the acting mother, as I said, the guardian, the mother in your life.
Or if you are a mother yourself, hopefully you're spending the day with your family. And
Or
not
doing
your children
something
are
that
spoiling you rotten.
Or doing something that you want to do.
Absolutely.
Take this day, mothers out there, and do something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care.
All right, we're going to move on to our topic of the day, which kind of relates to Mother's Day. And that is the aspect of guardians, or parents, if you would like, and their influence that they've had on us.
Very good.
Interesting.
So, to open it off, I want Jonathon to tell us what kind of influence his parents or guardians have had on him.
Well, that's a hard one, Josh, because my parents originally divorced, and then my mom married and my dad married, and I didn't talk to my father because he was an alcoholic, and now I'm trying to mend that bridge. And, my mom, I guess my mom's always taught me the importance of working hard. I mean, she got her master's degree in social work, then worked for CAS for 14 years. And then she was homeless as a teen. She lived in her car. She was abused as a child. And now, unfortunately, she faces the challenge of having Parkinson's disease. And I guess what my stepfather has taught me is that, it's okay to be old school. It's okay to just have a job and provide for your family if that's what you have to do in life. And yeah. The other important thing, my parents always let me figure my life out on my own. They were there to guide me, but they always let me figure it out on my own.
That's great.
Excellent.
Matt?
Well, my situation is kind of a little bit unique in the fact that my parents have been... Well, it's not really unique that my parents have been together for quite a while. I think this August they'll be celebrating their 49th wedding anniversary, which to me seems like a lifetime.
Wow.
That is a lot of years.
Wow.
But yeah, and I mean, like, their marriage has had their ups and downs, as most marriages do. But the reason I say that mine's unique is because I also had siblings that were much older than I was. So by the time I was like 10 years old, everybody in my immediate family were all adults, and I was the only child in the group. So it was a little bit hard trying to get people with my family to relate to me or understand my problems because, I mean, in some ways they had already been there, but in other ways they were so far ahead of me in life that I didn't really have a whole lot of influences that were my own age. So in a lot of ways, I kind of lacked the ability to communicate with people my own age, but at the same time, I guess through them, I kind of developed a lot of older friendships, like friendships with people who are significantly older than I was. And even to this day, I'm friends with people who are significantly older than I am, as opposed to people my own age, because of it. And I think as far as ethics go, I certainly had developed a hard work ethic from them. I mean, my father actually worked for a well-known railway company for close to 32 years. So definitely I get that a lot from him. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom. And obviously stay-at-home mom everybody thinks it's a really easy job, but it really is not. I mean, she went through so much to provide for our family and make sure that we were all taken care of. So yeah, that's basically my background to a T.
Nice. Carine?
Well, I'm just going to say that I'm glad I didn't have to go first this time. But,
We like to change it up.
yeah. Get it? Motive4Change. Anyway, well, unfortunately, my family situation's not like Matt's, and it kind of touches on how Jonathon's kind of family situation works out. My mom and my biological father got a divorce when I was about 4, and then my mom remarried when I was 7, and like together they. Well, I learned a lot from them. They were my role models, both of them. And in 2007, my mom had an accident. She was still with my dad. And she had an accident which she almost didn't make through. And it showed me that no matter what happens, you know, if you have family around and good supports and just love, even, you can make it so far in life. Because right now she can walk, she can dance, even like she does everything that she used to be able to, even though all the injuries she went through and almost not living through that accident. And so it's I don't know, she shows me that no matter what you go through, like, you can get through it. And then my dad, my mom and my dad had some rough patches. In 2008, they were separated, got back together, and then in 2012, they're filing for divorce now. But, and even though, like, through the accident, my dad had to quit his job to take care of my brother and I, and he stayed and took care of my mom. Like, she couldn't do anything on her own. She couldn't walk. She couldn't go to the bathroom. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't even eat. So, it showed me that what love is, because even though he had to quit his job and it was hard and he had to support us still, he stuck by my mom's side the entire time, which is cool because, you know, it kind of shows you what love is, like I said. Mm-hmm. And I really look up to my parents, even my biological dad, who I just recently, about 3 years ago, met again. And so, yeah, I really look up to my parents, and they have had a big influence on me because I've been through a lot in my life, and they, like, the stuff that they taught me, I'm able to be where I am now.
Very good.
Awesome.
What about you, Josh?
Well, the influence my parents have had on me, first of all, they're still together. So, they're definitely 25 years already.
Oh, wow.
I forget how many it is, probably close to 28, 29. And that basically has taught me, you know, no matter how much you go through, no matter how many times you fight, if you even fight at all, you know, the arguments, even over the little things, that if you truly love each other, you're going to do whatever you can to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that my parents have taught me is the art of hard work and work ethic. So, mostly, well, my dad is a really hardworking guy. I mean, like, if he's off, like, let's say on weekends type thing, he's out cutting trees down, he's out in the yard, he's out raking, stuff like that. He's constantly going. And it's only at like 8 o'clock at night that he actually sits down, he goes on his laptop, plays around on Facebook or whatever. But it just shows me, that if you are really dedicated to bettering your life, that you're going to do everything you can while you still can, type thing. So the art of hard work has definitely been taught to me by my parents. And really, they've always, throughout my entire life, they've always kind of pushed me to do more, to better myself as well. So, let's say I have a dream or whatever to be the CEO of St. Lawrence College. They pushed me to do everything I could to get the job at the college, to do everything like that, and eventually get to my goal by pushing me harder, type thing, if that makes sense.
It does.
So really just kind of pushing yourself to better yourself in all ways. So.
So it kind of seems like all of us have kind of, like, we've all had some positive influences from our parents, as well as negative in some cases. Yeah. But it allowed us to be who we are today.
Yeah. And that was the point I was going to touch on as well. No matter what kind of influence your parents have had on you, they've kind of led you to where you are today, even if they're not in your life right now. Because then you've had to make the choices on your own to get where you are today.
Yeah.
Jonathon, you have anything? You sound like you're ruffling papers.
Oh, I was just looking to make sure I covered everything. I did.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice. Does anybody else have anything on the topic?
Well, I know that sometimes one of the things that we tend to do as children is there are times in which we try to rebel against our parents too, just based on things. I mean, like, obviously everybody's had like stories where they've gone out drinking or doing all sorts of other things that their parents don't disapprove of. And I mean, I'm not going to go into too much detail about those types of stories because I don't think they're very interesting. But one of the ways that I kind of rebelled against my parents, and I'm kind of opening up a door here by saying this, but I'm just going to put it out right there. My parents basically have no filter when it comes to swearing. They say what comes out of their mouths whenever it strikes them. And I mean, like, I guess my form of rebelling is not using those types of words.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't have any filter. And I mean, like, I'm kind of glad that they're kind of like that because I think if they had gone the other way, it would have seemed like a little bit too stuffy, or you couldn't really vent what you were trying to say. I mean, this way, it kind of, surprisingly enough, it kind of made them easier to talk to.
Yeah.
With them being that way.
I can definitely see that.
Sorry. So I have a question.
Sure.
Okay.
What would be the one thing you would want to tell your parents?
One thing you would what?
Yeah,
want to tell your parents.
Okay. Sure, Carine, you can go first.
Okay, thank you. This is the first, actually.
Yeah.
That I actually wanted to go first. I would tell them that no matter how mad I get, no matter what words I end up saying, I still love them, and I do thank everything they've done for me, everything that they're going to continue doing for me, and I wouldn't be here and the person that I am without their love and support. That's what I'd tell them.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Matt?
I would probably tell them that, admittedly, some of the advice that they gave me didn't quite work out to how any of us wanted to, but I appreciate them offering suggestions to try and help me. And, sometimes I don't really say how appreciative I am of them, and I really, really am. And I mean, I grew up in a situation where there wasn't really a whole lot of disposable income. So the fact that they worked really hard, probably harder than a lot of other people have had to work to make sure that we even had a roof over our heads. I mean, that says it all right there. I mean, that's absolute dedication that they had to their family, and I don't know how I can actually thank them for that.
Okay. I would probably tell them that everything they've done for me and my sister have led us to where we are today, and I cannot thank them enough for that, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
Very good.
How about you, Jonathan?
I don't know. I guess I'd just tell them that I am who I am because of them. They've taught me to believe in kindness, and now that's the most important thing in my life, to be kind to everybody. And that's all in credit to them. So, yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to change?
What was that, Josh?
What would you want to change? Like, if there's one thing that you wish they would have taught you at an earlier age, what would it have been?
Oh, can I take this one?
Sure.
Can I take this one? Because I have something right off the bat.
Sure.
The one thing I wish more than anything that my parents had done was, and it's not necessarily their fault, it's just the way that they were, but I kind of wish they had taught me how to be more assertive at a young age, because I don't want to say I come from like a family of doormats, because that would be like a little bit not, I don't know, it sounds like a little bit insulting, but I wish that they had shown me the proper way to assert myself, so that I probably wouldn't have gotten picked on a lot in school. And I guess that's the one thing I wish that they had done, was shown me how to stand up to people in a positive way. I mean, like, and when I say positive way, I mean, like, don't beat them to a bloody pulp or something like that, because that never works, for one. But I mean, like, that's one thing I kind of wish that I could change about them, is to show them that they should be more assertive and stand up for themselves. And I kind of wish that they had imposed that on me. But that's really the only thing.
Mine's kind of like Matt's. I was bullied a lot as a child because I was really shy, and we grew up not having much money, so it was kind of, I didn't get all those new clothes all the time. I didn't have all the newest gadgets and all that kind of stuff. And I got bullied for like what I wore and how I acted. And like I said, I was really shy. And I kind of, just like Matt, kind of wish they would have showed me that, you know, to be more assertive, to once, to not worry about what other people think of me and just be myself no matter what. Just to be better and not have to worry about what people think and let the bullying affect me and all that. Yay.
Growing up throughout school and everything like that, I felt that my parents kind of wanted to fight my battles for me. And I'm not saying that it didn't lead me to be my own leader and my own independent person type thing in terms of conflict, but I kind of wish that they would have given me more opportunity to speak my own mind and to fight my own battles during, like, especially public school. I know I was young, but I felt like they wanted to step in there and defend me, which is fine. But
yeah,
I would have liked a little bit more opportunity to defend myself.
Yeah, I completely understand that, because I think my parents were kind of the same way.
I think everybody's parents are that way. It's a parental
I was just
instinct.
about to say that. Yeah.
Mine's a little different. I guess I wish my parents would have taught me more how to accept failure. I mean, they showed me how to accept success, but when you get knocked down, sometimes it can be difficult to get up, and I just wish they could have showed me more so how to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I do too.
That's really good.
Not a lot of people know how to accept failure, like me being one of them.
Oh, I could write a book on that subject alone.
Get right.
$3. $3.
I can write 4.
I think I'd sell it for more than $3, but thank you.
Okay. So, does anybody else have anything on the topic?
I have my quote.
All right, then. We're going to move on to the quote of the day with Carine.
All right.
Oh, yay. Drum roll. Thank you, Josh. Life affords no greater responsibility, no greater privilege than the raising of the next generation. This quote is by C. Everett Koop. Yep.
Why
Very
did you
cool.
choose it?
Because I really liked it, and I don't know. I guess for those or listening to us, I guess if you keep this quote in mind, it allows you to understand why your parents did what they did, and then for you to also apply what you liked and enjoyed while you were growing up from your parents to your children eventually in the future.
I think it also kind of touches on the point where that really everything that you experience in life influences you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether it's a parent, a community, a national disaster,
Pop culture.
pop culture, yeah. Everything that happens to you affects you in some way.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when you're parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Like strawberry wafers.
Like strawberry wafers
And cream soda.
and cream
Oh,
soda.
and cream soda.
Anything else on that quote, Jonathan?
No, not really.
All right. And that brings us to the fact of the day with Matt.
All right. Well, being that this episode is airing on Mother's Day, I tried to find a quote that would not only talk about mothers, but talk about parents in general. But I didn't really come up with much luck in that. So I'm just going to go ahead with the Mother's Day theme by restating that the definition of mother can be considered loose. I mean, it can extend to grandmothers or foster parents or aunts or guardians or even a single fathers. You could celebrate Mother's Day twice a year, I guess, if you want. It's
Yeah.
really up to you. But anyway, the fact I have is, I'm mixing up with Carine here, sorry.
Hey.
Now, Mother's Day is considered one of the number one holidays in which people send cards out. Obviously, it's not going to beat Christmas, but Mother's Day is definitely right up in like the top 3 holidays. But do you know how much money is spent on Mother's Day cards per year?
Enlighten us.
$671 million.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my
That's a lot of
gosh.
paper.
That's a lot of money.
Did it give the demographic that was taken from?
Well, the source that I got it from is like an online source called like I think it's Statistics Online or something along those lines.
Is that just
It
North
doesn't
America?
really- Well, yeah, it just gives like a generic statement. I think it could be from the United States for all I know.
Okay.
But $671 million, I mean, on Mother's Day cards, that's a lot.
Yeah, either way, it's a huge number.
Yeah, and then
Huge.
just as a little addendum on top of that, obviously the number one gift for mothers on Mother's Day is a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
Apparently 69% of all Mother's Day gifts, and this is coming from the same site, are some form of flower.
Wow.
So it could be like roses or carnations or tulips or daffodils or
Wow.
even daisies, I guess, if you like,
That's
if your mom likes
impressive.
daisies.
That's actually kind of cool. Thinking of
I
it.
know, that's a lot of flowers and a lot of cards.
Interesting,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it was
The
that high.
statistics are for chocolates, but they'd be up there too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate chocolate.
Oh,
Okay, so
my
we're gonna end it
God,
on that.
stop.
We're gonna end it on that note, considering everybody wants to punch Jonathan now because he hates chocolate.
Well, now some people are allergic to chocolate, so that's a valid point.
Okay.
Not
Jonathan,
myself,
I'm
but some people
chocolate.
are allergic to chocolate.
Just before we go, I just want to wish happy Mother's Day to all moms, and I want to remind everybody watching to be good to others and to have love in your heart always, not just this weekend, but always.
I would
I
agree
want to
with
second
that.
that.
All right, well, that is everything from us here at Motive for Change. We hope that you have enjoyed the episode. And until our next episode, be the change you want to see. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
See you next week, guys.
You guys are making British television sound really bad.
Yep.
That's okay. That's
Be
okay.
Australian, but thank you.
That
Yeah,
is
I was gonna
okay.
say, I'm kind of a hybrid of Australian and British, but that's just me.
So you're Britalian?
Yes, I'm a Britalian.
Italian.
Battalion. No, but that's Italian, man. I'm Australian. So British Australian.